Hello,
Okay.
everybody.
Hello, everyone. I think it looks like people are still connecting and they're still joining here. So I want to welcome everyone. We do have everyone on mute right now. At the end, we'll open up the microphones. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm Gus with West Basin Municipal Water District. We also have Mel here, my colleague at West Basin, to assist. And then we have Andrea here from the South Bay South Bay City Council of Governments. She's been sending out those wonderful reminder emails to you all. So I want to again thank you all for being here for this chat. So this evening, I'm going to be talking about the free garden design program, where you can get a free design, a garden design. I'm also going to be talking about the grass replacement rebate program and how that works and how you can apply to get a rebate for your landscape project. There are a few steps that can get a little confusing, so I've kind of simplified those steps and I'll be talking about those. I already mentioned that everyone's muted, and so if you have a question, you can use the chat feature to type your question in the chat, and then we're going to be reading those towards the end. And then also we're going to unmute everyone at the end. So if you have questions, we can answer those at the end. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to first talk about West Basin and who we are, and then I'm going to go into the programs. So let me advance the slide here. So at West Basin, our mission is to provide a safe and reliable supply of high quality water to the communities we serve. And so here's a map of our service area. We're a water wholesaler, and we provide water to these cities and water retailers up from Malibu to Topanga, as you can see here on the map, down through the beach cities, Palos Verdes, Carson, Inglewood, Gardena. And so this is our service area. We have an elected board of five board of directors. As you can see here, they each represent a division. You may recognize some of them or some of their names. And so that's our board. And West Basin, we're also part of the Metropolitan Water District, MWD. Some of you may have heard of MWD. They're the large water agency here in Southern California. They help bring the water from the Colorado River in Northern California, and that's who we purchase our water from. The imported water, imported drinking water, is from MWD. And I mentioned that we're a wholesaler. So we sell water to eight water retailers, as you can see here. You may recognize some of these. This is who you would purchase your water from. And so, yeah, let's see here. And we also have a water recycling facility in the city of El Segundo. If you haven't toured it, we do provide tours, and we're located right next to the Top golf course there in El Segundo. At that facility, we produce recycled water, 40 million gallons of recycled water per day, five different types of recycled water, and we have more than 100 miles of recycled pipelines throughout all the different cities. Some of you may have seen like the purple pipe, purple signs of recycled water, usually on street medians, parks, places like that. And so instead of using imported water to to irrigate those street medians, we use it's better to use recycled water to help conserve that imported water. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the grass replacement rebate and the landscape design. So I know we have quite a few people here this evening. So some of you may be at like different stages of your landscape project. Some of you may just be thinking about it, like you want to do something outdoors. Some of you may have already received a landscape design. and you may have questions. Some of you may be ready to apply for the rebate program. So I'm going to talk about these different programs. Right now, there's a $3 per square foot rebate that's available that you can get up to 5,000 square feet. And so I'm going to talk about how you can get this rebate. So the first step I'm going to mention is the first step is you want to measure your landscape because you want to find out how much of a rebate you can get. And I'm going to show you how to figure that out. So the first thing you want to do is measure your landscape. Here's a simple example of a 100 foot by 20 foot grass area. So you want to measure your grass area, the area that you want to remove. And so you just multiply those two together, 100 times the 20, so it's 2,000 square feet. So at $3 per square foot, this person could get up to $6,000 of a rebate, which is a really nice rebate for this area. But you may only have, 500 square feet, 1,000 square feet, and so the minimum is 250 square feet, as you can see here, and the maximum is 5,000 square feet. So this is kind of a simple way to figure out how to come up with square feet. It's just measuring, just kind of measure out the length here times the width, and then just multiply those two together. Okay. Another way is to use, like Google Maps. Here's a picture of my building in Carson. We kind of drew this area down at the bottom, this green box, and it's telling me that it's 1,280 square feet for this little area down here. So there's different tools that you can use, but if you're not comfortable with any of those, you could actually get a free survey. A company will come out and they'll measure your landscape and they'll actually let you know how many square feet you have. And here's the website. It's www.waterefficiencysurvey.com. So you may want to write that down. And this is a program that's being offered through Metropolitan Water District. And here's another website if you have questions, MWD at waterwise-consulting.com. And they'll actually come out and they'll look for leaks in your landscape. They'll measure your landscape and they'll make recommendations. They'll let you know about the rebate. So it's a really good free service that you can use. And so now when you have your square feet, this is the website you're going to go to figure out how much money you can get for your project. It's SoCalWatersmart.com. So throughout this presentation, I'm going to be providing a few websites. So you may want to write some of these down. And we're also at the end of this class. I think tomorrow, Mel, we're going to be emailing this PowerPoint as a PDF, I believe. So you'll have all this information handy. And so this is the website you'd go to, SoCalWatersmart.com, and it's ran by MWD. And you can see here, estimate your rebate on the right over here, right side. There's a button that you click on, and you click on this turf replacement estimate. And then what you'll do is you'll just put in your address, and you'll put in the square feet, and just hit estimate my rebate. And then it'll tell you how much money you can get through this rebate program. So those are a couple of the first steps you wanna do. First is you want to figure out how many square feet of grass you have and you want to remove, and then you go to this website to figure out how much money you can get because this is all going to be part of your project, right? You may have a budget. You may say, okay, I don't want to spend more than this much money out here on my project, and this is going to be part of the funding that you're going to get. It may not pay for all of your project, or maybe it does. So these are the websites. Okay. And so, you're going to want to design your project. You're going to want to ask, am I going to want to do this project myself? Or do I want to hire a landscape contractor? Do I want to remove the grass? Do I want them to do part of it and I do part of it? And so these, kind of questions you want to ask. And then at this website here, bewaterwise.com, they have a list of landscape professionals that so this is another website may want to write down, bewaterwise.com, and you could see what landscape contractors are there. And my recommendation would be to get two or three quotes if you're looking to get pricing, for your landscape project. Get two or three quotes from licensed contractors. So let's see here. And then, yeah, when you're designing your project, so synthetic turf is not allowed. Sometimes people do ask, well, can I put in synthetic turf, plastic turf, fake grass? That's not allowed because the purpose of this program is really to remove grass that uses so much water and put in native plants that have other benefits. It makes it look nice. I think they look beautiful. They bring butterflies, and so that's the purpose of this program. And also to infiltrate, water into your landscape when it rains. We don't want it just washing off synthetic turf into the street. I know a lot of synthetic turf has like little like rubber pellets in it as well. You don't want that going into the street and into the ocean. So there are more benefits, I think, with the native plant type of garden. Um, so your project, it has to have at least three plants per every 100 square feet. So for every 10 by 10 by 10 foot area, you'll need to have at least three plants. Because the purpose is, again, to make it look nice. We don't want to see like all mulch out there. That doesn't look good. And also trees are eligible. Um, so you could plant a tree and so here's some more websites for you. Again, we're going to provide you with this PDF because I know there's a lot of websites that we're throwing at you here, but these are just resources for you. These are resources to look at plants, to learn more about plants, trees, California plants.watersavingplants.com, calscape.org. That's a great website. They have good databases that you can just, look through plants and trees and gardens. So these are just resources for you. Here's a kind of a close-up of a plant. They usually, say if it's for, shady areas or sunny areas, they mention, like how big it's going to grow, things like that. And you'll want to see also kind of where can I get these plants? Are they available locally at your nurseries? Lowe's, Home Depot, or just local nurseries. So you want to do a little research on the plants, on the ones you like, the ones you want to put out in your landscape. And so you can receive $100 rebate per tree. This is in addition to the $3 per square foot for removing the grass. So if you plant a tree in that area, that counts for like three plants a tree. And if you have an existing tree that you want to keep that was surrounded by grass and it's part of your project, that also counts as three plants per square foot. So you don't need to remove all your trees if you don't want to. And there's some more requirements on the size of trees. And you'll see all this information. Here's some nice pictures of trees. Paula Verde, that one's really nice. I think it's a strawberry tree. So yeah, there's different trees at this website. If you go to bewaterwise.com, I'm going to be mentioning that website a lot in this presentation. You can learn more about the tree rebate there. So when you apply for the rebate, they do have a stormwater capture component that you have to include. It's either going to be like a swale, a dry creek bed, a rain barrel qualifies, or, it has to have berms, something that can direct water and keep water in your landscape as kind of a stormwater feature to reduce, stormwater going out into the street. And it just needs to be one of these, not all of them. Um, So here's another example. Here's a really nice looking garden. It's got rocks. It's kind of like a dry river creek bed. So that's a stormwater feature. And on the right here, we show a picture of a rain barrel. So it can just be as simple as putting a rain barrel in your landscape and collecting the water when it rains and reusing the water from a rain barrel. And speaking of rain barrels, we're going to be starting, well, we are starting our rain barrel program up again this fall. Actually, we have two events coming up next month in September. So if you'd like to get a free rain barrel, you could qualify. You can go to our website. You can see there, westbasinca.gov/rain barrels. There's a QR code. You could probably use your phone right now, or when we send you the PDF of this PowerPoint, you can just use this QR code with your phone. That'll take you to the website and you can register. We have these ones in blue have been confirmed. Um, and so you can go and get more information by going to these websites, to this website, and you can sign up for one of these events. The one in Hermosa Beach, we're going to have at our facility in El Segundo on the September 13th. Um, and then the one on the 27th is going to be in Carson here, where I work. So we have more details in the actual locations and addresses on our website. And when you sign up, you'll get more information as well. And we're working on confirming these other events right now. Lawndale High School. I know the schools just came back after the summer. Um, the one in Culver City, we're almost scheduled that one. That one's close to being scheduled, and then also City of Inglewood um, over at Morningside High School, which is the new, I guess, Inglewood High School. I guess they moved it over to Morningside, but we're looking to hold an event there. And if we have anybody here from the Malibu Topanga area, on November 22nd, we'll be in Malibu providing rain barrels. So yeah, great way to meet that stormwater feature of your landscape project is to use a rain barrel, and we give these away for free. So this could help with your project. Here's an example of a design that somebody hand drew, and you can do this as well. If you have some artistic ability, I don't know about artistic, but if you can kind of conceptualize your landscape and you can draw it out, and identify the trees and things like that, then yeah, you can submit that as well. That will work. Let's see. And like I mentioned earlier, we have a landscape designer on board, and they'll come out and meet with you and they'll create a landscape design that looks similar to this. And they also will let you know how many square feet of grass you have that you'll be able to use that information. So you can go to our website at West Basin ca.gov. We just changed our website name. So we are a .gov now because we are a government agency. So you can go to our website and you can sign up to get a free landscape design and somebody will contact you, and they'll schedule the consultation. They'll come out, and they'll provide you with a free landscape design like this that you can use to apply for the rebate, because that's going to be one of the requirements as is mentioned here. So to get the free landscape design, you have to be in our service area, uh, and you could check that on our website. We have a link there for service area. I mentioned earlier, it has to be 250 square feet of living green grass. And you're going to need to provide some photos of your grass to our landscape designer to qualify to get the free landscape design. And here again is our website, westbasinca.gov. I just need to get used to saying that since it's a new it's a new name. Uh, /grass hyphen replacement. So you can visit that, and we still have available funding to provide the free landscape design. Okay, so after you have your landscape design and you're kind of ready to go, you figured out what you want to do, you're ready to apply for the rebate. So you're going to go to this website to apply. SoCalWaterSmart.com, and you're going to create a free account. And you provide your email and your password, and they're going to email you. So check your spam folder, look for emails from this program, SoCal Water Smart. And then what you're going to do is you're going to complete the first part of the application. After you create your account, you're going to upload your landscape design, which you now have received. You're going to upload 5 color photos of your grass areas and a copy of your water bill. And then you're going to wait for them to approve your project before you begin. So you don't want to start or remove anything until you get the green light from them, and you want to check your email. Usually it takes about 2 to 3 weeks after you apply to receive that email, just to make sure that everything looks good. They may need another photo, maybe something doesn't, the water bill is not clear enough. There could be a couple of different reasons, or they may say, yeah, everything looks great. Go ahead and start your project, and they'll give you 180 days, 6 months to complete your project. So here's some examples of some of the photos that you'll need to take of your grass. Um, as mentioned, it has to be green like this, and you want to have like kind of pulled back perspective of your house. The area. They don't want to see like up close or your feet or your shoes because they don't know where this is at, where it's being taken. So you want to like show kind of more of your yard and the house area in the photos. And then once you're finished with your project, I know we just jumped from that to you're done. Once you're finished with your project, you're going to complete part 2 of the application, um, and you're going to upload your some more photos of your completed project, and then you're going to request payment for your rebate. And that usually takes another, say, 5 to 6 weeks to receive the check for your project. So basically, those are the steps. Just to kind of recap here at the end, step 1, measure your landscape, the grass area you want to remove. And then you go to that website, SoCalWatersmart.com. You're going to estimate your rebate because you want to know how much money you can get for the square feet that you came up with. You're going to develop a design either yourself, or you can go to our website and get a free design from our landscape designer. And then once you have that and you're ready to go with your project, you're going to go and apply for the rebate at SoCalWatersmart.com. Fill out the part 1 as I covered earlier, and then you're going to wait for approval, and you're going to start your project once you're given the green light. And then once you're finished, you complete part 2, final photos, and you request payment. So basically, these are the steps. Um, I hope this is helpful. I guess we'll see, Andrea. We'll see if what kind of questions we receive in mail. And so here's another resource. We're actually putting on another class tomorrow evening, an in-person class over in Gardena. It's on transforming lawns. It's a great class. It's free. This is where you sign up. You come to our website to register for that class. It's tomorrow evening, 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Both Mel and I will be there for that class. And snacks are provided, so we'll provide some snacks. So this is another great resource. And there's going to be classes throughout the year, so you can check back to our website every so often to see what kind of classes we're offering. I mentioned throughout this presentation, bewaterwise.com, great resource for classes, gardens, rebates. So, I highly recommend this website. And then also on our website at West Basin, we have a program called Water Lab. Um, so we provide tours of our water recycling facility, classes, chats like tonight, other workshops, field trips. So yeah, if you're interested in some of our other programs at West Basin, you can come to our website and you can look at Water Lab. Um, and so yeah, we're at the end here for questions. And Andrea, I just want to see if there's any questions in the chat. We can open up the mics now as well.
Perfect. I think if we could do the chat first and then I'll open it up to everybody
Sure.
and they can
Yeah.
just, that'd be great.
Okay.
We did have Charlie who asked in Manhattan Beach, who has final sign off for the project in the public parkway of a property? Who signs off on the requirements for the water retention feature?
Okay. So Manhattan Beach. So for the parkway, so I guess Charlie, that would be part of your project. I'm not sure if you're only doing the parkway or if you're doing the front landscape as well, if that's part of your project. But you would just apply, like I mentioned. You submit your design to SoCal Water Smart with the photos. And then sometimes they'll use the photos when they're reviewing your project, or sometimes they'll do an inspection. They'll come out but usually they use the photos and then they'll apply they'll approve your project and then you'll do your project and then at the very end you'll submit your final photos and they'll look at those and sometimes they will come out and do like an inspection at the end as well. So it just depends. So to answer your question, it would be the program that would do the final sign off. This does not involve the city of Manhattan Beach. This you're going through this MWD, the Metropolitan Water District program. SoCal Water Smart is their program. So you're going through their program, you're getting the rebate through their program. So they're providing the money. So they're the ones who are really going to be looking at your project, the square feet. There may be an inspection at the beginning just to verify the square feet. There may be one at the end. So I hope that answers your question, Charlie. And if you want to unmute, or if you don't want to unmute, or you want to send a follow-up question in the chat, you can, but I hope that answered your question. Do we have more, Andrea? We do?
Yes,
Okay.
we have more. Charlie said thank you.
Okay, you're
Um,
welcome.
Vanessa has a question, and Vanessa asked, um, sh- she has a free design. Do you have, or does she have to follow the design completely that was given to her, or can she change it a little?
Yes, good question. Yes, you could change it a little. You can also contact Llewellyn Swayzer. So you got the design from Swayzer, and you may want to ask them to change it a little for you as well. They can do that.
And then we have Ray. Mel was nice enough to answer Ray. Ray asked if there was grants, and then Mel said that there's just the rebate program right now, starting at $3. Ray's follow-up question was, what if the grass is dead?
Great question, Ray. And so what happened was a few years ago, as we all know, there was a drought, right? 3 or 4 years ago, a real bad drought. And at that time, MWD was allowing dead grass to apply. So the last 2 years, we've had some pretty good rain, though it's getting dry again. But MWD changed the rules a couple of years ago where you have to have green living grass. So they want to so in your photos, you want to make sure your grass is green. Yeah, is green. So and that's something that we want to talk to MWD about again is, I feel that they should allow dead grass because some people are trying to conserve, or maybe they're letting it die because they want to start a project soon. Or, I mean, the benefits are going to be we don't want people to kind of reseed or rewater and have grass again, right? By not qualifying. And there's been people that have not, they've been denied because their grass is dead. So I'm not saying to like water it and make it green again, or maybe I am, but anyways, you want to send photos of green grass to get the rebate. So that's my answer there, Andrea.
Okay, perfect. And that is the questions in the chat. So if anybody wants to unmute now and ask us questions, you're more than welcome.
Hi guys, good evening guys. I'm Dale. I would like to get an understanding. I first learned about you guys from the Carson resource events fairs that they usually have. I
Yeah.
actually signed up for the class for tomorrow evening, but unfortunately I just realized it's clashing with my CERT training program tomorrow evening, so I'll have to catch you guys another time. When we do the drafting and the measuring, and it's approved, am I to assume that we are hiring somebody to get the job done first before we can get the rebate to pay them? We're paying out of pocket before we can be compensated? That's what I'm not
Yes.
understanding.
Yes, Dell. So yeah, so the steps, right? You'll create your design. You're gonna figure out, if you're gonna hire somebody, and then you're gonna apply for the rebate. You're gonna upload your design, your photos, and then you're going to wait for their approval. Yes, and if you're thinking of hiring somebody, then I would recommend getting three bids from a licensed landscape company. You're going to hire them to do the work. You're going to pay them, and then you're going to apply for the rebate at the end to get the rebate from MWD.
Okay. Apparently my zip code probably doesn't qualify the 90059 because I did go through the an application to like bear keep in mind or keep me updated, but it said my zip code was not approved or qualified for the program.
Did
I
you go
did
to
try. I'm sorry,
did
go
you go
ahead.
did you go to SoCalWatersmart.com?
No, I think I went through a link that I got from the email.
Yeah. I would go
I
to
signed
I
SoCal
would
Water
yeah,
Smart.
yeah, Dell. I would go to SoCalWatersmart.com under turf replacement.
Water
Estimate my
Smart
est yeah, turf
dot
replacement,
com.
estimate my rebate. You'll put in your address and square feet, and then you'll see how much of a rebate you can get. So
Is it
basically everyone in like Southern California qualifies for this program because MWD service area is so big here in Southern California and they're running this program. So SoCalWatersmart.com is their program. So I would say everyone, has the potential to qualify. So just go to that website, okay?
Yeah, thanks for the information. The problem though is, and I'm sure others are probably in the same position, especially when you're on disability and you have just one income, it's hard to be able to afford this. And you're trying not to water the grass, like you mentioned earlier. At the same time, the grass is drying out, the yard doesn't look right, then you have a bunch of weeds coming up. So I've always wanted a desert kind of looking um yard with succulents and the right type of trees for this weather. Unfortunately, it's costs way so much to get it done. Putting in making certain changes to the yard to get the look that I want. But now here it is, you have to spend money out of pocket before
Yeah,
you can get the rebates. So it's like you
yeah.
really don't know what to do. Just keep watering your yard, I guess.
Well, no, I understand what you're saying. It is challenging. I guess the first step is to make sure if you're going to apply for the rebate is to make sure your grass is green, your photos show green grass, and then also maybe doing the project yourself. I know some people say they have 1,000 square feet and they're getting $3,000. Some people who do the project themselves could do it almost for that rebate amount. They'll go out, they'll take out the grass themselves, they'll put in plants, they'll do all the work, like you said, the desert, landscaping, maybe they put in some pebbles and or decomposed granite, some pathways, and they design it with agave, different type of desert plants, succulents, cactus, make it look real nice. Yeah, I mean that's be my recommendation is if it's like a budget issue, you may want to think about
Okay.
friends and family, maybe helping doing this
Okay.
yourself, doing
I
this
thought it had
yourself.
to be definitely a contractor.
No, you can do this yourself.
Okay, that's good to know. That probably
Okay,
that be
Dale.
my own route. Thank you,
All
sir.
right. Oh, you're welcome.
Sorry for taking up
Okay.
everybody else's.
No, it's a great question. I'm sure it helped other people, Dale. Thank you. Andrea, any more questions?
Not on the
Uh,
chat.
Not on the
Anybody
chat?
else? Not on the
Anybody else
chat.
wanna does anybody have any other questions? We're here to help answer those. I did see some what does that say? Rain plan? I'm not sure what that means. Pie. Yeah, I'm not sure. Is that a recognized vendor? I'm not sure. I know if you're looking at vendors, I know at that website I mentioned earlier, bewaterwise.com. The letter B, waterwise.com. MWD does have a list of licensed contractors that they recommend. So you may want to check their website.
Okay,
Yeah,
the reason why I asked was that I've seen like social media ad campaigns from a company called Rain Plan, and they're saying that they could handle the rebate process and the contractors. I did take a look at your website and I didn't see them. I just didn't know if you've heard of them or I
yeah, I haven't.
okay.
There's so many of them out there, and I know the ones on that website, MWD's website, bewaterwise.com. I know those are licensed and certified, and I definitely would recommend getting two or three bids and maybe researching the company, Yelp, reviews. Definitely research companies. I know the rebate goes to you, so I'd be careful if they're saying, sign over your rebate to us or whatever. So yeah, I'd be careful, but
Okay.
yeah, check out that website.
Okay. No, I just wanted to ask.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to use your vendor list as a starting point. I just didn't know
Oh, okay.
if
Okay.
that
Sounds good.
if that rain plan thing was anything you're aware of or
No, no, I'm not. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Great
Thank you.
question. Yeah, you're welcome.
Hi, I have three additional questions. One is
Whoa. Okay.
the I'm sorry, the sidewalks. If I do it on my own and want to be creative and make the sidewalk looks good as well, am I able to do that?
The Parkway. What city do you live in?
90059 Los Angeles.
So I would check their city ordinance.
Okay,
You can just Google City of LA landscape ordinance or even Department of Water and Power landscape ordinance because a lot of them do allow you to change the landscape in the parkway. The city still owns that piece of area, but they do allow
right,
residents because you have to maintain it, right?
right.
But they
Yeah,
recommend
exactly.
yeah, so they recommend certain plants that you can use and things you can't do in the parkway. So yeah, I would take a look at their landscape
Okay.
ordinance on that. And your other
Second,
questions?
do
Yeah.
you know if there are any grants for assisting with this?
Well, that could be part of your project. Like when you design your front yard area, you would
Mm-hmm.
include the square feet for the parkway
Okay.
if it has green grass.
Okay, and what about the barrels? The barrels,
Yeah, see, I'm not sure
are
if I'm not sure if you're in my service area, Adele.
okay.
You could be with DWP. I don't know, Mel, if we can look up that zip code. What is the zip code again?
90059. Well, it told me on the application that I filled out that my zip code does not qualify. So maybe I guess not. Because I just signed up for the Carson September, I think 27 event in Carson, so I guess I'm gonna be the night for that as well.
Got you. Yeah, you're probably with DWP then, with the city of LA.
Yeah, my water bill is with LADWP, so I could go.
Yeah,
Do they
yeah.
have that type of program with water
I
with barrels as well?
there's a rebate if you go to bewaterwise.com, or if you go to socalwatersmart.com. There's also rebates for rain barrels. So
Okay.
if you were to buy a rain barrel, you can get a rebate of $35 per rain barrel. So yeah, sorry, Dale, I can't get you a free rain
Okay.
barrel, but
Oh,
there's a rebate available throughout Southern California for rain barrels, a $35 rebate.
okay. The rain barrels are only for watering the plants during the drought, or can you use it
Yeah,
also for
yeah.
emergency purposes if there should be like an
Yeah,
emergency
it's up.
disaster preparedness?
It's up to you. Once you got the
Oh,
water in
okay.
there,
Okay.
you can use it for your plants, or I mean, nobody's gonna like check on that. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Got you. I'm out.
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks, Dale.
Dell, before you go, I put the parkway guidelines from LADWP in the chat if you want to look at that.
Oh, that's
Thank you,
awesome.
sweetie. Okay,
Of
and if you see
course.
my name, Del Trent, show up for the class for tomorrow, you could take me off of it because I'm gonna be at a CERT community emergency training tomorrow.
Okay, we will do that, Dell. We'll see you at the next one.
Thank you,
Was that number
sweetheart.
really okay. All right. Are there any more questions?
Charlie just asked one in the chat. Mel just answered. Charlie, do you need any more information?
He may be
Nope.
on mute. No, thank you. Okay.
Charlie's good.
Sounds like Charlie's good. Okay, well, I just want to thank everyone again for attending this chat, and good luck with your projects. We're going to email you the PDF of this recording, or the link and the PowerPoint. I don't know if Mel is still on here, Andrea,
He's
but
on. He's still here. Mhm.
okay. Are you
I
still
will
on
be
here, Mel?
sending it out tomorrow.
You're going to be sending it out through like email to everyone?
Yeah, we'll email the PDF tomorrow.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you, Mel. I appreciate it. All right, everyone. Well, good luck with your projects, and have a great evening, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Bye,
Good night.
everyone.
Last question: how often do you have the classes for
Oh,
that you're having tomorrow evening? Because I really wanted to learn more about the plants and learn more about
Dell,
different.
I'm gonna send you a link, Dell, that gives you the website for more classes.
Yeah. Actually,
Okay.
Dell, I put it in the chat already if you want to check that out.
Okay.
Where is it? Where is it?
Okay. LADWP guideline.
No, here, I'll put it
LADWP.
in again.
Okay.
So you guys have.
bewaterwise.com.
No, it's this one. It's about to be sent.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, guys.
oh, MWD classes,
That's the link to all the classes that'll be in
GMC.
person on their website.
Okay, that's great. Thanks, Mel. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Mr. Mel. Thank you, guys. Hope to meet you guys soon.
Yeah, hope to meet you
Sounds good.
soon too. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Good
Good
night, everybody.
night.
thank you for coming.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Mel. See you guys. Bye-bye, everyone.
Everyone. You're slowly signing off.